What's up people, I'm coming back at you live from the Accelerator Gaming headquarters. In today's video, we are going to be analyzing the most recent suspect test, which was the Sceptile and new suspect test. And in this video, what we're going to be discussing is what I thought about Sceptile before the suspect test, what I thought about it when the suspect test was announced, what the suspect test showed, the result, how the Pokemon functions in the new tier, and how it functioned in its previous tier. That's if it did move up or down. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's begin by saying how what I thought about it before the suspect test. Now, before the suspect test, if you guys remember, there was a Sork and new suspect test, and once that was finished and Sork moved up, of course, be sure to check out my analysis of the Sork. Once that moved up, it was announced that Sceptile. A lot of people are like, why you suspect test Sork? We want to suspect test Sceptile, mostly because well, I wasn't playing NU much at the time, and I didn't see much Sceptile, but from the people who did play NU at that time and who did face and use Sceptile, they knew how powerful this thing was, and so I didn't really think much of Sceptile before the suspect test, other than what people were saying and telling me about it. Um, and that's really what I thought before the suspect test, since I didn't really know much about it, and people were like really complaining that why isn't this Pokemon receiving the suspect test? We want this Pokemon to receive the suspect test, and of course they decided to listen, and it did receive the suspect test. Now, what I thought about the suspect test was announced. Now, considering the fact that I didn't know much about NU at the time, and I didn't really play NU C Sceptile or U Sceptile, um, I just thought might as well give it a try, since people are complaining a lot about this Pokemon, and I want to see um, how well it functions in this tier and how much of a threat it is. Now, first of all, when I looked on paper, the different Pokemon that are in the NU tier, sorry, this are you, the different Pokemon that are in the NU tier, you have Pokemon such as Barbaracle, newly dropped Pokemon like Charizard, who threaten this Pokemon. However, the thing is its unburdened ability, as well as it's coupled with its 120 speed and decent offenses. So with the Life Orb, this Pokemon is extremely threatening. Once it gets that Life Orb unburdened boost, it is able to outspeed the entire tier, including Swallow, who's the fastest Pokemon in this tier, I'm pretty sure. So it's outspeed those Pokemon, as well as with the Rush Move pool, being able to threaten fire and flying types with things like Rock Slide, as well as powerful grass moves such as Leaf Storm, and just coverage moves such as Earthquake and Hidden Power Ice. So all these coupled together give it great offenses, as well as its option to run a multitude of sets that are extremely threatening, depending on obviously what you want to run and how it fits your team. Now, in terms of what the suspect has showed, if you watch my my Sceptile showcase videos, you should definitely check out. I showed the fact that Sceptile is an extremely threatening Pokemon to every single Pokemon in here. If you are able to give it correct team support in having hazards up, weakening other Pokemon, for Sceptile to just clean up the game, then and play around the different checks that it does have, same paragraph, in the different checks that it does have, then obviously Sceptile is an amazing Pokemon, because it can just really clean up the game with any set that you decide to use with it, which obviously made it a threatening Pokemon, as well as the unburden and high speed thing, and its mixed offenses really making it hard to predict what this Pokemon's going to run. Mostly it did run the Life Orb unburden set, but even knowing that, it was still threatening. Yeah, so like I said, what the suspect has showed was the fact that this Pokemon is like really threatening, due to its mixed offensive capabilities, and the fact that it can outspeed most tier, deal with top tier threats, and allowing other Pokemon to just clean up as well, alongside this Pokemon. And how the result of the suspect test was that this Pokemon was banned by a majority of 83%. Obviously, not everyone voted, but still 83%. So it's straight away banned to the BL3, the new tier, which means that it's now only functional in RU. So now how it functions in RU is that there are a number of checks to this Pokemon. However, this Pokemon also checks a number of other Pokemon. So you have especially defensively Pokemon. You have lots of water types, allowing you to break down those regenerate cores. You also have lots of poison and ice types. You have Pokemon like uh, uh, um, Sneasel with a good priority in Ice Shot, things like that. We also have a multitude of water types and fire types though. That and some Pokemon that are still able to outspeed this Sceptile and really put pressure on it. So how it will function in this tier, I'm not really sure. I think it will be okay to really just break down those cores and do them on a lot of teams. However, it will need a lot of team support, and I don't know if you're going to be able to do that, or if it's like even worth using it. However, now let's think about how the NU tier is now without Sceptile. So NU without Sceptile is a great for a lot of Pokemon. It eases pressure of Pokemon such as Barbicle, Aurora's, Pokemon such as the Almastar, a multitude of water types like Quagsire, things like that. It didn't show. It still shows an NU, but it actually be able to you guys, by the way. Um, yeah, multitude of water types and Pokemon that are usually weak to Sceptile. And Pokemon such as Swallow obviously now are able to uh, obviously be much more threatening and alleviates pressure of a lot of Pokemon that were previously threatened by Sceptile or struggle with teams that contain this Pokemon. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about Sceptile. I hope you guys did enjoy the analysis. If you did, please be sure to check out my any suspectors videos as well as the my other analysis video. If you want to keep up with the content, you can subscribe and be sure to like the video if you did enjoy. Um, leave a comment, tell me what to improve on and what you guys want to see in the future. Most of all, please